All right, it is 6 o'clock. Let's start. Sounds good. This lecture will go over tutorial 11, time value of money for simple interest and compound interest. The lecture is being recorded. Any questions, please type in your questions in chat area or unmute yourself. As always, I love your questions, feedback, and participation. Okay, you can get this tutorial from course website D2L. We'll go over question by question. Stop me at any time if you have any questions. Okay. So question 1. On April 15, 2006, Lee deposited 501 into a saving account and earned simple interest of 7.53%. How much interest was earned and paid into Lian's account on May 30, 2006? So this question asks you for interest. We use formula. Interest I equal to principal P times R times T. Principal, $501. R, 7.53%. Now we need to calculate how many days between April 15, 2006 and May 30, 2006. How many days? You can use Excel days function. Type in the end date, start date, you will get 45 days. Let's demonstrate. The other way, you type in two dates and then you do subtraction. Two ways in Excel to get the dates between two dates. Okay, one way, I give you the hint over here. So you type in equal, you type in, equal days, bracket, and then end date is May 30, 2006, comma, begin date, April 15, 2006. There's a problem with this formula. Let me see. May. This should be a good. Equal to days. Or you do equal to days. And then end date. May 30, 2006. April 15, 2006. There should be a space between May 30 and then closing bracket. Let's do another way. Last class we did just type in the date. For example, April 15, 2006, and then type in May 30, 2006. Do the way we did last lecture. Thank you, Regine. Thank you for your contribution. And that do equal end date minus begin date. So we got 45 days. Okay. Okay, thank you again. Questions? Okay. So once we figured out how many days between these two dates, you just use 45 over 365 to be consistent with the annual rate. Okay. Now, so for final exam, I give you practice final exam without lockdown. So final exam, you are allowed to use Excel, Mayura. Okay, questions. Calculate interest rate. R equal to P times R times T. No lockdown, no webcam. Thanks for your question. Right, question 2. Jenna borrowed $9,925 from her parents to finance a vacation. If interest was charged on the loan at 7.22% per annum, how much interest she would have to pay in 90 days? So first we translate 90 days to years, use 90 divided by 365, that is T. And then we use formula. I, interest, equal to P, principal, times interest rate R times T. Okay. And then you just plug in the given number, principal, $9,925, rate 7.22%, and times T. T is 90. Over 365, and you will get $176.69. Questions? Okay, shall we move on? Question 3. Use the simple interest formula. Determine the number of months until $1,711 will earn $26.73 interest at 3.75% per annum. So the question asks you, how many months? How many months? I equal to P times R times T. I is interest, 26.73. P is principal, 1,711. R, 3.75%. This one is 3.75%. And then we solve for T. Okay. And when you solve for T, you get T equal to 0.14659848. This is T. But the unit for this T is year. Unit for year. The question asks you months. How many months? And we know 1 year has 12 months. So this number multiplied by 12, you get months. 4.99918 months. So it is just 5 months, because round the final answer to nearest months. Questions? Okay, question 4. Bonnie's Antiques received $95 interest on 230-day term deposit of $3,420. At what rate of interest was the term deposit invested? So this question asks you to solve for R, solve for rate of interest R. So first, you based on this formula. Interest capital I equal to PRT. I, interest is $95, it is given. Then P is the principal here, $3,420. We don't know R. We don't know R, we need to solve R. And we also know T. T is 230 days divided by 365. Okay. And then one equation, one unknown, we can solve for this R. So R equal to 95 divided by this times. So I will quickly use Excel. $95 divided by bracket times and I got 0.04408. Copy this number here. So this is R. And then the answer asks you in percent. Round the final answer to 37. So this is say the unit. The question asks you the interest rate is how much percent. So you have to translate this decimal to percent. Move decimal to right 2 places. You got 4.408%, but it said keep 2 decimals, so 4.41%. Okay. Questions? Shall we move on? Okay, question 5. On July 22, 2007, a company invested $33,623 in a short-term investment of 358 days. An investment of this length earns 3.1% per annum. Use the future formula. Determine how much the investment will be worth at maturity. So this question, we directly plug in this formula. S equal to P bracket 1 plus RT. P is the principal, 33,623. 1 plus R is given 3.1%. And then T is 558 days divided by 365. Okay, and then you'll get this number. Questions? Okay, shall we move on? Question 6. Use future value. Question 6. S equal to P times 1 plus RT to find the future value of $1,132 at 4 1/3% per annum for 120 days. Again, directly plug in formula. P, $1,132 times bracket 1 plus R. R is 4.333%. So this is the same as 4.3333%. 3 is repeating. Maybe I will write down 4.33 is repeating. There is a dot over 3 means this number is repeating. And then T. T is 120 over 365. And the final answer, you get this one here. Directly plug in formula this question. Questions? Okay, question 7. Determine the present value of a due in 6 months if interest at 4.5%. So this 4.5% is the same as 4.5%. So you use formula. P equal to S over bracket 1 plus RT. S is 3,000. S is future value. S 3,000. Then 1 plus R 4.5%. And it is 6 months. So 6 divided by 12 to convert the unit T to year. And final answer, you get $2,933.99. Questions? Right. Question 8. The lawyer for credit union member has sent a check for $3542.77 in full settlement of member's loan balance, including interest, at 6 3/4% for 11 months. How much of the payment is the interest? So first, this 6 3/4% is the same as 6.75%. The question asks you for interest. So interest equal to future value minus present value. S minus P is interest. And we already know S. Future value is this amount, $35,042.77. So we need to find the P, present value. So P equal to S over 1 plus RT. S is given. R is 6.75%. T is 11 months. So 11 over 12. This is the present value. Okay. And then use $35,042 minus $3,336, and this is the interest. $206. We just have one new student joining in. Hello, welcome. Just update on you. We are doing tutorial 11. This tutorial can be found on Brightspace. Okay, next question 9. Question 9 is a little bit complicated. So we go slow for question 9. When you read the question, maybe you want to refer to this diagram to help you understand the questions. Okay, let's start question 9. Jane was due to make loan payment 1,954 10 months ago. So this is today in this diagram. 10 months ago is on left-hand side of today. So this person was due to make loan payment $1,954. That is 10 months ago. And then $4,139 4 months ago. So at 4 months ago, the person will make payment $4,139. And then another $511 in 5 months. So here, $511 in 5 months. So initially, this person need to make 3 payments, but now she want to make a single payment today. She want to combine the 3 payments into a single payment today. If money is worth 2.4% and the agreed focal date is today, what is the size of the replacement payment? Okay, that is the question. We did a similar question last class. This is the equivalent payment questions. Okay. All right, so any questions on what is given, what you are asked to do? Since you have this question, I need a blank space, so hope you can, I need a blank space to solve this question. Okay. So what we need to do 3 calculations. What is the future value of $1,950? Okay, so what is it? 10 months ago, you have money 1,954. What is the money worth today? So we need to calculate future value for $1,954. Okay, so I will write down the instruction. Calculate future value for 1,954. Okay, T equal to 10 months. Okay, 10 months is 10 over 12 years. Okay, so to do this, you just need to use formula. So S equal to P times 1 plus RT. P 1954 times bracket 1 plus R is 2.4% times T. T is 10 over 12. Okay, so we need to do this calculation. So what is this? I will just copy to Excel. I use column B. So this is the result. 1993.08. Okay. So this is this one. And then I will just copy this to make modification for next calculation. So I will calculate S for $4,139. $4,139, and the time is 4 months. 4 months. So 4 months equal to how many years? 4 over 12. Okay. And then plug in the number 4139 times bracket 1 plus 2.4% times 4 over 12. So again, I will copy this into Excel to get the answer. I missed one bracket here. So there should be another bracket, or delete this bracket, should be fine. 2.4% times 4. There's a miss, okay. This one should be 2.4% times 4 over 12. Percent times 4 over 12. Okay, so I get this number. Next, I will calculate this 5 months. Now, you are going to pay in 5 months, $511. So this time, you need to calculate the present value because the reference is today. $511 is a future value. You need to calculate what is the present value for $511. Okay, so just this time use different formula. So calculate present value for $511. T is 5 months. 5 months equal to 5 over 12 years. The formula you are going to use is P equal to S over bracket 1 plus RT. So S is 511 over bracket 1 plus 2.4% times 5 over 12. Okay, so copy this into Excel. So 505.94. All right. So I got those 3 numbers. And then you add all these 3 numbers together, that is the answer. The beauty in doing this in Excel, you can add these 3 numbers here. So this in this cell, I will type in equal sum, add all these 3 numbers together. So you got this number. Okay. So just copy this number. This is final answer. Copy and paste. And you got this number. Questions for question 9. Okay, shall we move on next question? There's a question. Okay, let me calculating fingers if that it can be off by a few cents. So many decimals in calculations. Rajan, for that question, usually follow the instructions, how many decimals you need. You can, usually we use 4 decimals, 6 decimals to be accurate, okay? Yeah, maybe you can just use 6 decimals instead of 7 or 8. For answers in MyLab and the textbook, only use 4 decimals. So read instructions. If the final answer asks you for 4 decimals, when you do calculation, you need to use 6 decimals, at least 5 decimals. Okay. Thank you for bringing that up, Rajan, for the decimal questions. Okay. Other questions? Okay, shall we go question 10? Question 10. Question 10 is also an equivalent question. When Roberta borrowed $1,150, she agreed to repay the loan in 2 equal payments to be made 20 days and 90 days from the day the money was borrowed. If interest is 6% on the loan, what is the size of equal payment if a focal day today is used? So look at this diagram. And Roberta borrowed $1,150. And then she need to make 2 payments. One payment is 20 days from here to here. The other payment is 90 days from here to here, 90 days. These 2 payments are equal, so I use X represent those payments. One payment is X at 20 days. Another payment is at X at 90 days. The question asks you, what is the size? What is X? That is the question. Okay. Okay, to do that, we need to, if you use this point as focal data, this point, so relative to X, we need to calculate the present value of X, the first X here. The present value for X, P, equal to S over 1 plus RT. S is X, R is 6%, T is 20 days over 365. So this is the P, present value for this X. Okay, is here. Similarly, do the present value for another X, 90 days X. So future value is X, rate is 6%, T is 90 over 365. So this is present value for 90 days. Add those two values together, you should get 1,150. Okay. And then here you have one equation, one unknown. You can solve for this question. Okay. Questions? And to solve this question, there are many ways to do it. One way, you can figure out what is the denominator here. So copy down 1150, figure out what is the denominator using calculator. Okay. So figure out what is 1 plus 6%, 1 plus 6% times 20 over 365. 20 over 3, what is this number? Okay, so it is this number. Okay, I'll just move it here. So X over this number. Okay. And then calculate this part. One plus 6% times 90 over 365. Okay, you got here. Okay, so this is X over this. Okay, and then you actually can combine the like term. Okay, you continue to. It is actually 1 over 1.00328 plus 1 over 1.014794521. Collect like term. Okay, so here we need 1 over. Because we are using Excel, so now I will do 1 over. So equal 1 over this number. And then I need to do 1 over this number. And then I need to add those numbers together. Okay. So equal sum of these two numbers. So I will copy all this as a reference to my OneNote. Okay. So we get 1150 equal to 1.982144. We don't need that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 enough. Okay. So finally, X equal to 1150 over 1.96. Okay. So use Excel. Equal 1150 over this number. So this is the number for final answer. Okay. Round to two decimal, $580.18. Okay. Questions? So we took a long time for doing this calculation. Okay, $518. Final answer is here. Okay. Okay. Questions for question 10? Let's get some water. Okay, let's do question 11. Compute the compounding factor 1 plus I raised to power n for money n 3.9% compounded semi-annually for 6 months. For 6 months. So we just directly plug in this formula here. So 1 plus I already write down here. I is 3% or 3.9% compounded semi-annually. You have to divide it by 2. Remember, here this I is periodic rate. This I is periodic rate, and then raised to power number of term, because compounded semi-annually. So semi-annual is 1 unit. So you have 6 months raised to power 6 months means n equal to 1. 6 months is 1 semi-annual. And you get this answer. Any questions? Okay, question 12. Determine M, N, and I for money invested at 8% compounded monthly for 4 years. So what is M? Compounded monthly. Okay. Compounded monthly means M equal to 12. Compounded monthly. And what is N? N equal to 12 times 4 because it is 4 years. So N is 48. I is periodic interest. 8% divided by 12. That is I equal to 0.6667%. Okay. So this question asks you compounded monthly. The final exam may ask you determine M, N, and I for money invested at 8%, compounded quarterly, compounded semi-annually, compounded daily. You should be able to answer what is M, what is N, what is I. Okay, so I will give you example. If it is compounded quarterly, see, if it is quarterly, M equal to 4. Okay, M equal to 4. And what is N? N equal to 4 times 4, because compounded quarterly for 4 years. And what is I? I equal to 8% divided by 4 is 2%. That is I. If it is quarterly, you get those answers. M is 4. If it is quarterly. Okay. Any questions? For question 12. Okay. Question 13, a little bit longer question. I pause for a moment to see if you have questions, any question. Okay, maybe shall we take a break? After break, we continue. There are probably over 10 questions left. So break, back at 7 o'clock. Continue, okay? 7 o'clock, thank you. All right, welcome back. Hope you have had a nice break. Any questions? Type in your questions in chat area or directly speak up. Before the break, we did the first 12 questions. Now let's move on. Next question, question 13. An investment of $3,583 earns interest at 7.3 per annum, compounded quarterly for 4 years. At that time, the interest rate is changed to 19.8%, compounded monthly. How much will the accumulated value be 4 years after the change? These are typical 2 steps questions. Those 2 steps involve in different interest rate. So let's draw a diagram to analyze the question first. This is question 13. I will do it here, question 13. So you have an investment $3,583.52. Okay, and this is your present value. And you have this amount for 4 years. After 4 years, during this 4 years, the interest is 7.3%, compounded quarterly. So periodic interest rate is 7.3% divided by 4. And then interest changed to 19.8%, compounded monthly, so divided by 12. And this is another 4 years from here to here. And the question asks you, what is the money here? After total 8 years, what is the money here? Okay, so 2 steps. Step 1, we need to find out what is the money after 3 years here. What is the money here? So calculate future value at this point. So use future value formula. FV equal to PV 1 plus I raised to power n. Okay. So PV is $3,583.52. This is PV times 1 plus I. I is 7.3% divided by 4. Raised to power. So in 4 years, how many quarters? There are 16 quarters. So term n equal to 16. Okay. So this number will give you the result, $4,786.09. So this is the money here. Once you calculated this amount, then you do step 2 here. So in step 2, you still need to use future value formula, FV, but this time the present value is the result of step 1. So present value is this number, 4786.09. This is the present value. Okay, try to adjust my screen. And then this value times 1 plus I. I is 19 0.8% divided by 12. Okay, and then raised to power 12 times 4, 48. Y times 4. 4 represent 4 years, 12 represent compounded monthly. 1 year has 12 months, 4 years would have 48 months. Okay, and so this this number will give you $10,498.69. So this is our final answer. 2 steps questions for 13. Questions for question 13. Use future value formula. Okay, next question. Question 14. Chen opened RRSP deposit account on December 1st, 2008 with a deposit 1,600. He added 1,600 on April 2010 and 1,600 on September 1st, 2012. How much in his account in November 1st, 2016, if the money earns 6.5% compounded monthly? Okay. So this one, we need to calculate how many days between 2 dates. RSP. So this person on December 1st deposited 1,600, and then on April 1st, 2010, and then September 1st, 2012, deposited this amount. The question asks you how much is in his account on November 1st, 2016. November 1st, 2016, that is the question. Okay, so we need to calculate 3 calculations. First, what is the future value for December 1st? Then what is the future value for April 1st? And then what is the future value for September 1st? Okay. And during those calculations, we need to figure out how many days between December 1st, 2008 and November 1st, 2016. And how many days between April 1st, 2010 to November 1st, 2016. Hold on. Not days. This is a compound interest. Interest is compounded monthly. So we need to do the future value FV equal to PV 1 plus I raised to power N. Compounded monthly. So we need to know how many months between those 2 dates. Okay, how many months between those 2 dates? So I have a note here. So we need to find the number of months between two dates. Okay, so we need to use this formula, M. This one here, date, D-A-T-E, date, D-I, date, dated if, so that we figure out how many months. Okay. Okay, so let's do this in Excel. L1, B1. So this is the screenshot. So you type in, currently there are 4 dates. See, one day, another date, another date. Typing all those 4 dates into Excel like this. Okay, and then calculate how many months between here and here, here. How many months between here and here, here and here, here and here, okay? So, and we are going to use dated if function, okay? Okay, so let's do Excel. We need to see those dates. So I'm going to delete all the stuff here. And then I'm going to type in December 1st, 2008. So I type in the 4 dates, and then we need to calculate dated if, and then click this number, the first day, then the last one, we need to count how many months. And then it is M, we need, so 95 months between December 1st and November 1st. Okay. So you do this for other days. How many days between this one, April 1st and November 1st? Okay, you can repeat yourself, but there's a short way. If you change the cell reference for A4 to absolute cell reference, you can just Control F4. So instead of A4, if you change to $A, $4 means you want November 1st, 2016, this date fixed. All the other 3 days are compared with this date to count how many months. If you want that, you need we call absolute cell reference in Excel. Okay, so after you have $A, $4, you just copy down the formula. You automatically get how many months between April 1st, November 1st, how many months between September 1st and November 1st. Okay, so I'm going to maybe show the formula here. Just as a reference. Updated. Then, yeah. Okay, question. We calculate how many months? Once we calculate 95, 79. Once we calculated that, we then use this formula to do 3 future value calculation. Okay, 3. So we'll use the subscript FV1 represent the future value from December 1st, 2008 to November 1st, 2016. Okay. So present value is this. Rate is 6.5%. Compounded monthly, so divided by 12, raised to power n, 96 months. See? Oh, 95 months. Okay, 95 months. This is one calculation. Another calculation, we need what is this number. Let's figure out what is this number. Again, Excel. So going to calculate 1600 times 1 plus 6.5% divided by 12 raised to power 95. Okay, this number. Okay, and then next I need to calculate future value from April 1st, 2010 to November 1st, 2016. Okay, I will call that is my FV2. So it's 1600, 1 plus 6.5% compounded. There are how many months between those two dates? 79. So raised to power 79. Okay. And what is that number? Excel. Okay, this time I will just copy the formula, then change the number of terms. So I will just copy this formula. So instead of 95, it is 79. Okay, so this is the result. The result here. Result here. Okay. Next, I will calculate future value between September 1st, 2012 to November 1st, 2016. So I will do there are 50 months. Okay. So then I'll go back to Excel. So I will just copy the previous result, change 79 to 50. Okay, so I did 3 calculations. Final result, you add those 3 numbers, that is the final result. Equal sum. So this is the final result. Okay. So I'll copy maybe all those 3 numbers together. So this is final result. $7,220.91. So this is question 14. Any questions? I'll just get some water. Questions? Okay, shall we move on to question 15? Question 15. What is the principal that will grow to 2,800 in 8 years, 4 months at 3.1% compounded quarterly? And for this one, you are asked to calculate principal, means what is the present value? Present value equal to future value over 1 plus I raised to power n. Future value is 2,800. Periodic rate is 3%, 3.1%. 3.1%. Compounded quarterly, so divided by 4. And then raised to power. So in 8 years, 4 months equal to how many quarter? That is term n. So 1 year has 4 quarters. 8 years have 32 quarters. Okay. Then 4 months is how many quarter? So 3 months is 1 quarter. But 4 months equal to how many quarter? Okay. So I'll write this down. We need to calculate 4 months equal to how many quarter? Okay. So the relationship between months and quarter, 1 month is 1/3 quarter. Okay, quarter. And then 4 months equal to 4/3 quarter. Okay, and we already know 8 years is a 32 quarter. 32 quarter. And then plus 4 months. 4 months is 4/3 quarter. So how many quarter total? So 32 is the same as, maybe change the 4/3 to 1.33. 3 is repeating. So the final result is 33.3. This 3 is repeating. Okay, so this is term n. So raised to power 33.33333. 3 is repeating. And what is this number? You use Excel or calculator, you get $2,164,070. Questions? No. Okay. Shall we move on to next question? Question 16. Okay, one student just joining in. Hello and welcome. Just update on you. We are doing tutorial 11. You can find this document on Brightspace. Okay, tutorial 11. Question 16. Question 16. Okay. Question 16, you have the choice of receiving 50,000 now or 21,000 now and another 35,000 5 years from now. In terms of today's dollar, which choice is better and by how much? Suppose money is 4.4%, compounded annually. Okay, so how do we approach this? You have two choices. One choice is receive 50,000 now. The other choice, accept 2 payments. So what we are going to do, calculate the equivalent value of those 2 payments as of today. Okay. So calculate what are the equivalent value for those 2 payments, 21,000 and 35,000. So one payment is 21, is now. You go to 21. The other is 5 years. 5 years, you have got 35,000. So what is the present value for 35,000 relative to today? We need to calculate this present value for this 35,000. Present value equal to future value 1 plus I raised to power n. Okay, and future value 35,000. 1 plus I is 4.4%, raised to power n is 5 years. So what is this number? So this number, we use Excel or you can use calculator. Okay. I'm going to use this calculate 3,500 divided by 1 plus 4.4% raised to power 5. Okay, I need to do this calculation, but this is the result. Control C. So this is the result. Okay, and this result add 21,000. So this result add 21,000, and you got this number. No, 21. I missed 1 0 here. Yes, 35,000. 35. I missed 1 0 here. Sorry, there is another 0. 35,000, not 3,500. Okay. And then, so this is the number when you add 21,000. So compare this number with the first choice. The first choice is 50,000. So which one would you choose? Of course, the first choice, 50,000. Because the other 2 payments is the equivalent of $49,220 today. And by how much difference? You just do subtraction. So you use 50,000 minus 4922.56, and you got this number. By how much? Questions? Okay, next question, question 17. An 8-year note for 3,947.78 cents issued on November 1st, 2013. Look at this diagram. With interest, and this is the amount, with interest 3.7 compounded quarterly, is discounted on July 1st, 2014. July 1st, 2014, at 3% compounded semi-annually. What are the proceeds of the note? What are the proceeds of the note? That is the question. Okay. So for this question, we need to do 2 steps. Okay. And this note is 8-year, issued on November 1st, 2013. So we need to know after 8 years, how much money. So that is step 1. Okay. What is the future value for 3,947 after 8 years? Step 1. Step 2. We need to calculate the money on July 1st, 2014. The keyword proceeds usually is the present value. So we need to calculate present value on July 1st, 2014. Using the future value here, we get from step 1. The value you get from step 1 serve as future value for step 2. Okay, so that is our analysis. But now let's carry out our analysis, carry out our steps. So step 1, calculate the future value in 8 years. Okay. I need some space. Maybe I will use here. So question number 17. What is the future value after 8 years? Future value equal to present value. 1 plus I is 3.7%. Compounded quarterly divided by 4. Then raised to power what? Anyone? 8 year is how many quarter? 32. 8 year is 32 quarter. Okay. Okay. So after that, we use Excel to get this number. So we need to calculate 3,947.78 and bracket 1 plus 3% divided by 4 raised to power 32. Okay. And this is the result. This is the future value after 8 years. And then this is step 1. And this number is future value in step 2. So in step 2, we calculate present value. Okay. So step 1, we did step 1. Now we do step 2. We need to calculate present value. Present value equal to future value. Future value is the value we just get. Okay. So PV equal to FV over divided by bracket 1 plus I This time I is 3%. Compounded semi-annually divided by 2. And then raised to power. And then we need to calculate how many half year between July 1st and 2014 to November 1st, 2013. Let me see. No, this is 8 years. 2021. So we need to calculate how many years or how many semi-annual between July 1st, 2014 and November 1st, 2021. This number is November 2021. This is November 1st, 2021. Okay. So to do that, July 1st. So remember we did Excel, how many years? So this is the challenge question. Let me see. We need to count how many half year between those two dates. Half year, if we can calculate how many quarter, then we can calculate how many half year, okay? Because we use the formula. Remember, we put down two numbers. We can calculate how many months. We did a question. We can calculate how many months. Okay, let's put down those two dates first. We need to put down July 1st, 2014, and then put November 1st, 2021, and then we need to do how many months? Let's do how many months. So dated if days, then days, this, and then second day is this one. We has quarter. I just try to type in Q, see if it represents quarter. No, so I have to type in months. Means I want to calculate how many months between those 2 days. So 88 months. Okay, 88 months. So 88 months between those 2 days. 88 months equal to how many half a year? Divided by 12, no, divided by 6. So just write down the notes here. So 88 months between those 2 days. So divided by 6, it is how many half year? So divided by 6. Well, this 6 is repeating. So 14.6666 quarter. Oh no, we don't need quarter. We need half year. So we get 88 months equal to how many half year? 1 month 1 month is 1/6 half year. So 88, use 88 divided by 6. We get how many half year here? So 44 divided by 3. Yeah, correct, we did before. So it is 1. Yeah, this is half year. So 14.66666 half year. Okay, okay, return back here. Raised to power raised to power 14.66667. Okay. So now we need to, this is our step 2, calculate present value. Okay, so Excel. I need to do this number divided by 1 plus 3% divided by 2 raised to power 14.6666667. Okay. And this is the number. Let me double check. This number does not agree with the given answer. Let me double check. I guess present value 3.6. 88 divided by 6. Yes. This we calculated the months is 88 months. So we need to translate 88 months into half year. So divided by 6. I will use this number to redo the Excel. So raised to power 88 divided by 6. 88 divided by 6. So still get this number. Then I need to change. Let me double check the previous result. 3% divided by 2. The 3.7 divided by 4, 32. I'm just verifying the number. Looks like the number does not agree with the given number. Okay, the first number, step 1, I didn't do correct. I will find out why, so I will double check. 1 plus 7.4% divided by 3 raised to power 32. Oh, divided by 4, but when I type in Excel, I divided by 3. That was my mistake here. See, I found this mistake. It is compounded quarterly, should be divided by 4, not divided by 3. Here, this is a mistake I made. Okay, now everything agreed. Yeah, this time we got correct answer, this number. Okay, so this number I have to change. So Okay, so this oops, sorry. This number goes to here. This is the result of step 1. Okay, and step 2 result is here. And $4,260.67. Agree with this given number here. Okay, questions? Questions? Okay, shall we move on to next question? Question 18. A 10-year note for 900 bearing interest at 4% compounded monthly is discounted at 6%, compounded quarterly, 3 years, 10 months after the date of issue. Found the proceeds of the note. Exactly the same question as question 17. Okay, we need to do 2 steps. Step 1, find the future value for 900. Okay, for 10 years. Okay. Step 1, found future value. So step 1, found the future value for 10 years for this 900. Future value FV. F equal to PV times 1 plus I. I is 4%. Compounded monthly divided by 12. And then 10 years has 120 months. 10 years has 120 months. Okay, this will give you this number. This is step 1. What is the future value after 10 years? And then step 2. What is the present value? What is the present value? This is 10 years. Okay. Step 2. What is the present value here? Okay. And to do that, we need to find out how many quarters between these 2 dots. How many quarters between these 2 dots? So there are 3 years, 10 months from here to here. From here to here is 3 years, 10 months. And then from here to here should be 6 years, 2 months. 6 years, 2 months. Because total from here to here is 10 years. Okay, so we need to find out 6 years, 2 months is how many quarters? Okay, how many quarters? That is our question. So 1 quarter has 3 months. Hold on, 3 years. Come on, quarter. 3 years, 10 months. No. This from here, this is 3 years, 2 months. 10 months. 3 years, 10 months. 3 years, 10 months. And then 6 years, 2 months. Yes. Okay. And then we need to convert 6 years, 2 months is how many quarters? So 6 years is 24 quarters. 2 months is 0.3333 quarter. Okay. So this is step 1. Step 2, calculate the present value. So present value equal to future value. We just did future value here. This is future value over 1 plus I. I is 6%, compounded quarterly, and then raised to power 24.3333 is repeating. And then you'll get $929.31. So question 17, 18, the same question, different number. Okay. Questions? Okay, next question. Question 19. A loan of give me a second, please. Let me check the time. We still have time. So 19, 20, 21. We have 3 questions left. Do you want a break or you want to continue? What do you want? You have 19, 20, 21. 21 is our last question. Maybe shall we take a break? After break, we do question 19. I will leave question 18 open. Okay. So what is the time now? Come back at 8:05. Break back at 8:05. Yes, we can take break, Roger. Break back at 8:05. All right, welcome back. We have 3 more questions. Before we continue, are there any questions? Okay, so let's do question 19. A loan 4,882 borrowed today is to be repaid in 3 equal installments due in 1 year, 4 years, and 5.5 years, respectively. What is the size of the equal installments if money is worth 9% compounded quarterly? Okay. So this is the equivalent payment problem. What is the one equivalent? You want to combine 3 payments into 1. Okay. So this is the diagram. So we need to calculate what is the present value for 1 year. Then what is the present value for 4 years? And what is the present value for 5.5 years? Then we add these 3 present value. That is the final answer. No, we add those 3 value that equal to $4,882. And then we solve for X. Okay, we solve for X. What is X? X is 3 equal installments. Each installment is X. See, the X is here. A year from today, you have 1 X. 4 years from today, you have an X. 5.5 years, you have X. Okay. Okay, so let's do figure out what is PV1 is the present value from 1 year. So PV1 equal to general formula PV equal to FV 1 plus I raised to power negative N. Okay. So future value is X. 1 plus I raised to power N. N is -4. Why -4? 1 year has 4 quarters. Interest is compounded quarterly. Okay. And then P2, PV2 equal to FV is X. 1 plus I raised to power -16 because 4 years has 16 quarters. 4 years has 16 quarters. Last one, PV3 equal to X times 1 plus I raised to power -N. N is 5 years half. 5 years is 20 quarters. Half year is 2 quarters. So 5.5 years is 22 quarters. And those 3 present values added together must equal to 4,882. Okay, and we have 1 equation, 1 unknown. We can solve for this X. So if we plug in the equation, PV1 is X, 1 plus I is 9%, compounded quarterly, divided by 4, raised to power -4, plus X times 1 plus I, 9% divided by 4, raised to power -16, plus X times 1 plus I raised to power 1 plus 9% divided by 4, raised to power negative 22. This equal to 4,882. Okay. And then every item has x. We factor x out. And then we simplify 1 plus 9% over 4 is 2.25. 2.25%. Change to decimal, then plus 1, you actually get 1.0225. So 1.0225 is the result of 1 plus 9% over 4. So this number raised to power negative 4 plus the same number 1.0225 raised to power negative 16, and then plus 1.0225 raised to power negative 22. This number equal to 4882. And then you use Excel to solve for x, okay? So x is just 4882 divided by this bracket. Okay. I will write down on the top. So x equal to 4882 divided by bracket 1.0 raised to power negative 4. 0225 raised to power negative 16. 1.0225 raised to power negative 22. So that is x. You can use Excel to solve for this x. So equal 4882 divided by bracket 0225 raised to power negative 4 plus 1.0225 raised to power negative 16 plus 1.0225 raised to power negative 22. Okay, and another bracket. So this is the answer. Okay. Copy this answer. You have the answer here, 2190.97. Okay. Okay, questions. All right, shall we go question 20? Scheduled payments, 549 due 2 years ago. If this is today, 2 years ago, $549 is due. And then 335.33 due in 6 years. So this is 335 due in 6 years from today. To be replaced by 2 equal payments. The first replacement is due in 3 years. This is today. There are 2 equal payment. This is today. One is 3 years from today. You have to pay X. And the other is due 8 years from today. So 8 years from today, there is another X. Okay. The question asks, what is X? If the interest is 2.5%, compounded quarterly, and the focal date is 3 years from now. So this is focal date. Today is focal date, 3 years from now. Okay. Okay, questions on what is given. Oh no, the focal date is 3 years from now, it's here. So this is today. The focal date is 3 years from now. So this is focal date. So we are asked to solve for X. So look at this diagram. This is the focal date. Okay, we need to calculate what is the future value for 549. On focal date, what is 549? So calculate future value. Okay. And then on focal date, calculate what is the present value for 333. Okay. 333. And then, so those two values add together, the future value of 549 plus the present value for 333 equal to this X plus the present value for this X. Okay. The present value for this X. And this X has 5 years from this point to here. Because 8 years minus 3 years, you have 5 years from this point to here. So from here to here, you have 5 years. Okay, this is the diagram. Now let's do calculation. What is the future value for $549? Plug in formula. Future value equal to PV times 1 plus I raised to power N. N is how many quarters from 549 to this focal point. Okay, from here to here, it is actually 5 years. Why? Because from here to here is 2 years. Here to here, 3 years. 2 plus 3, 5 years. 5 years is the same as 20 quarters. So raised to power 20. Okay. Next, we calculate the present value for 333. So the present value equal to future value times 1 plus I raised to power negative N. Negative N. N is how many quarters from here to here. Okay. So we know it is 3 years from here to here. 3 years is 12 quarters. Okay, so you raise power negative 12. So these two values are together equal to X is this X plus another X is here. Calculate the present value for this X. It is X times 1 plus I raised to power negative 5 years. 5 years is the same as 20 quarters. Okay. So here we get one equation, one unknown. You can solve for X. Okay. Questions? Okay. So now let's solve for this equation. I is 2.5 compounded quarterly. So let's calculate the left-hand side first. Left-hand side. Plug in I with 2.5% divided by 4. So I will use Excel calculate this part, left-hand side of this equation. I'll use this equal 549 times bracket 1 plus I, 2.5% divided by 4, raised to power 20, plus 333 times 1 plus I is 2.5% divided by 4, raised to power negative 12. So this is left-hand side. Okay, I'll copy this number to here. So this left-hand side equal to right-hand side, collect like term x, and then you have 1 plus I raised to power negative 20. Okay. So what is 1 plus I raised to power 90? Excel again. One plus bracket 1 plus I is 2.5% over 4. Then raised to power negative 20. Double check. Yeah. And this 1 plus let me double check. I need to do this. So raised to power negative 20. Yeah, that's it. So this number is 1.8828. Okay, I'll copy this number. Okay, so x, then we solve for x equal to 930 divided by 1.88. That is x. Okay, so return back to Excel. So x equal to 930 divided by 1.88. So x equal to $494.40. Now, copy, Control C, Control V. So this is x. So x equal to this number. Okay, questions? All right. Last question. Question 21. This question does not belong to the interest, okay? But it is appeared here, so we just solve it. Found the fraction equal to the given decimal. So this is decimal. We are asked to write down a fraction. So this is the answer. How do we get from here to here? Change decimal to fraction. Okay. So let's first rewrite this one to, it is 0.0794. See? 794, 794, 794, 794, 794. Continue 794, 794, 794. So the pattern is the first item 0.0794, the second 0.0000794, and then 0.0000794. And the next one would be 0.794. Okay, continue. And this is obviously geometric series with common ratio 0.001. So if you use the second item, common ratio equal to second item divided by the first item, you get 0.001. And then you use formula for sum. So it is the first item over 1 minus R. The first item is 0.079. R is 0.001. So you get this ratio. Both numerator, denominator times 1000, you get this one. Simplify this one, divided by 2, okay? Simplify both numerator and denominator, divided by 2. Divided by 2, you get this one. And this is the final answer. Okay. Okay, questions? Let's conclude our tutorial 11, covering simple interest, compound interest. And this one question is a geometric series. Questions. So this is our last lecture. Next Tuesday, June the 13th, will be our final exam. Final exam is 2.5 hours. Cover everything from week 1 to today. Everything, okay? I would strongly suggest you redo practice test 1, practice test 2, practice final exam. They're all available on D2L. The format of final exam would be similar to test 1 and test 2, but without lockdown browser, without webcam. And you are allowed to use Excel. Okay, three cheat sheets this size, okay? Both sides, letter size. Okay, questions? Any questions? You can email me for any questions. I love your specific questions. Please allow 2 business days to have your email answered. Okay. If you don't have questions, feel free to go. If you have questions, stay here. I will be happy to answer your question. I will just stop recording right now. Okay.